Hey guys, it's Untitled. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be reviewing Charlotte Tilbury's newest bronzing powder. I've been using this for 2 weeks now, and I think I finally found my new favorite bronzer. I am not one to jump on the newest makeup releases. I'm typically very late when it comes to those things, but I had originally wanted Charlotte Tilbury's Film Star bronzer and highlighter duo. However, I wasn't 100% confident that it would be the right shade for me. They only came in 2 different shades, and I was going to get the lighter shade, but then some of you guys said that the lighter shade would be way too light for me and that I should get the darker shade. But I felt like the darker shade looked a little bit too orange, so I decided to pass on it. And I mean, I remember thinking, oh, gosh, I wish she would just come out with regular single matte bronzers, and voila, here it is. So I just had to pick it up and try it for myself, and I really do love it. First of all, can we just stop and appreciate how gorgeous this packaging is? Like all of Charlotte Tilbury's packaging, this definitely doesn't disappoint. It reminds me of a rose gold seashell. It is stunning. Alright, so this product retails for $55. It's quite expensive. You are getting 16 grams of product, which is double the amount of a regular bronzer from other brands. So in the end, it just is the same. And what makes it so magical is that it is infused with hyaluronic acid. It's supposed to be the sister of the airbrush setting powder that she has. I have never used that product, so I can't speak too much on it, but everybody is saying that it's the same type of formula. It's very finely milled, and it's supposed to be very smoothing and pore perfecting, all the words that we want to hear, right? So now I'm going to show you the demo of the application, and the first thing that I noticed when I use this powder is that there is no kickback, which is great because sometimes with other bronzers, as soon as I put my brush onto the powder, it is like snowing bronzer up in here. So I'm glad that there's no kickback with this powder. So as you can see, there's no kickback, and I'm using the shade medium. I'm applying that to my cheeks where I normally would bronze and contour my face. So the color is definitely showing up on my skin tone. I think the medium shade was perfect. I was debating on the medium or the tan, but I definitely think the medium was the right shade for me. Alright, so on that side I have 1 layer of the bronzer, and on the other side I don't have any product. So now I'm going in with a second layer on that first side to build up the color a little bit more. Right now I am a little more tan than usual, so I like to have a little bit more color on my face. Okay, so on that side I have 2 layers of the bronzer, and on the opposite side I only have 1 layer. So 1 layer gives me a natural, subtle finish. Right now, because I am more tan, I like to go in with 2 layers, and throughout the summer when I get even more tan, I'll probably go in with 3 layers. So I love that this product is buildable. It does not look cakey whatsoever. Now I'm using the shade on my lids because I like using one color on my eyes as a contour, a bronzer, just pretty much everything, because I like that monochromatic look, and I think using one color just ties everything together. So this is just part of my normal everyday makeup routine. So what really intrigued me at first was the fact that this product is infused with hyaluronic acid, which is great to hydrate your skin, and I've never heard of a makeup product being infused with hyaluronic acid before, so I thought that was really interesting that skincare is being incorporated into this product. So now I'm going to swatch this bronzer and compare it to some of the other bronzers that I own. So with one layer, it gives a very natural color, and this product is so smooth. When I was swatching it, it just glides on. And I'm gonna go in with 2 layers right now just so you can see what the color looks like if you want to build it up. Next, I'm going to be swatching Hoola by Benefit. This is one of my all-time favorite bronzers. And in comparison to the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer, this bronzer looks a little bit more red. Next in line, we have Laguna by NARS, and when I swatched this bronzer, it reminded me a lot of Hoola. However, this bronzer has a slight sheen to it, whereas the Hoola bronzer and the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer are completely matte. And lastly, I have Physicians Formula's Butter Bronzer from the Wei Li Huang collection. And I specifically wanted to mention this palette because I'll be swatching the Sunset Bronzer. And I have heard that the Sunset Bronzer in this palette is slightly different than the one in their individual compact. I'm not sure why, but I just wanted to put it out there that I'm swatching from this palette, not the individual compact. So this bronzer gives off a red tone as well. It reminds me a lot of Hoola. However, this is another bronzer that does have a sheen to it. So I'm going to show you what the bronzers look like in sunlight in the next clip. So as you can tell, the 2 bronzers on the left side have a sheen to it. It gives off a very glowy look, whereas the 2 bronzers on the right side are completely matte. So one day I wore this product on one side of my face, and then the other side I have Hoola from Benefit. I asked my boyfriend which side he thinks looks better, and I didn't tell him that I bought a new makeup powder or anything like that. I just simply asked him, hey, which side do you think looks nicer? At first he said both sides look good, which was not very helpful, but then he said that the Charlotte Tilbury side looked smoother and flawless. Those were his exact words. I was like, okay, sold. I mean, I was gonna keep it anyways, but it was funny that he even noticed the effect of it as well. And what really sold me on this product is the fact that it is refillable. So on the back, there's a tiny little hole where you can use a pin to push the bronzer out when the time comes to refill it with another one. And I don't think that Charlotte Tilbury has come out with the refills just yet, although at least at the time that this video is being filmed, I haven't seen it being sold on her website just yet. But let me show you how you can pop it out. So I usually would use a pin. I don't have one at the moment, so I'm gonna be using one of my earrings. So just going to go like this, pop it out, be really careful, and then there it is, out of the pan, just like that. And it's magnetic, so you can just pop it right back in. Yep, there we go, just like that. So I love that this is sustainable, it's good for the environment, it also saves us money. I wish other makeup brands would adopt this strategy, because after I've used up all the bronzer, I don't want to just throw this in the trash can. It's too pretty to throw away. So it's great that she's going to come out with refills for this bronzer, and this is what really, I think, makes it worth it. With one layer, it gives me a very natural finish. I do like it, but right now I'm a little bit more tan than usual, so I usually will go in with 2 layers, and I think later on when I do get even darker than how I am right now, then I'll probably go in with 3 layers. But for now, 2 layers is good for me. And it gives me a very natural sun-kissed glow. It doesn't have any glitter or any sheen to the powder, so it's still gonna be very matte. I like using this as a bronzer as well as a contour. I usually mix the two. I know that they're different, bronzers and contours different, but I like to multitask and I like to just use one product for everything. So I use this for my bronzer, my contour, my eyeshadow, all that stuff. I just use one color, it's easy for me. So with 2 layers, there is a noticeable difference. I look a lot more bronze and tan, and I think that this color really is what I look like when I have a nice tan going on. So I think it matches my skin perfectly. I know that a lot of people think that the medium shade is very light, but on my skin tone, I think it works great. I have light to medium skin tone with an olive undertone, and I first was debating between the medium and the tan, but I felt like the tan was just way too dark. I think it could still work for me if I use a very light hand, but the medium I think is perfect. I can definitely build it up and build it up to a darker color if I wanted to. So definitely I think medium was the right shade for me, but if she had a shade right in between medium and tan, I would probably pick that up. So if your skin tone is somewhat close to mine or even lighter, then go with the medium. Any darker, I would recommend the tan. So overall, I really love this bronzer, you guys. This is a winner in my book for sure. I just love how flawless it makes my skin look. It gives it a very warm glow without being too orangey. And I also doubled this up as a contour shade, so this is a multi-purpose product for me. If you're looking for a new bronzer to add in your collection, I would definitely recommend picking this up. Alright, so that's going to be the end of my review. I hope that this was really helpful, especially in the color selection, because I know that a lot of people were having difficulties deciding between the medium or the tan shade. So I hope that it helped you decide on what color to choose if you are looking to buy this product. And if you did enjoy watching this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. And I will just talk to you in my next video. Okay, bye guys!